Welcome back to the Final 24 Hours channel, the channel that takes you deep inside the last day on Earth of the world's most famous and infamous figures. We uncover what really happened in their final 24 hours alive. Today's video will be the final 24 hours in the life of Jesse James, April 3rd, 1882, St. Joseph, Missouri. America's most famous outlaw, Jesse James, is living the final day of his life. For 16 years, Jesse James has been a legend, a Confederate guerrilla turned outlaw, a man who robbed trains, banks, and stagecoaches, all while eluding the law. But after years of betrayal, paranoia, and bloodshed, his world is closing in. This is the final 24 hours in the life of Jesse James. It's Sunday night. Jesse James sits at the dinner table with his wife Jal and their 2 children. The once mighty outlaw is now living under the alias Thomas Howard. He's been hiding out for months, trying to live like a normal man, attending church, reading the newspaper, and staying low. But Jesse's not at peace. He's grown paranoid. He knows the Pinkerton detectives are still hunting him. He sleeps with a pistol under his pillow, and his trust in everyone around him is fading fast. Among those closest to him are 2 new recruits, brothers Robert and Charlie Ford. Jesse believes they're loyal, but what he doesn't know is that Robert has already struck a secret deal with Missouri's governor to bring Jesse in, dead or alive. It's Monday morning. Jesse wakes up early, dressed neatly in a blue shirt and gray pants. He eats breakfast with Z and the Ford brothers. He's planning a new bank robbery, one last job before disappearing for good. But as he talks through the plan, Robert Ford can barely meet his eyes. Robert knows the reward for killing Jesse James is $10,000 a fortune, and he knows the opportunity will never come again. After breakfast, Jesse steps out onto the porch. The day is clear and quiet, eerily peaceful. He helps Z with chores, plays briefly with his children, and even jokes with the Ford brothers. For a moment, he lets his guard down. Around 10 a.m., the group prepares to leave for the bank job. Jesse notices the picture frame is dusty and slightly tilted. It bothers him, so he takes off his gun belt and places it on a nearby chair. It's the first time anyone can remember seeing Jesse James unarmed. Jesse climbs onto a chair to straighten the picture. Behind him, Robert Ford raises his pistol. He aims at the back of Jesse's head and fires. The bullet enters just behind Jesse's right ear. He dies instantly, never even turning around. The most wanted man in America gone in an instant. Killed not in a gunfight, but by a man he called a friend. News spreads quickly. By afternoon, hundreds gather at the James home, reporters, bounty hunters, neighbors, all wanting to see the body of the legendary outlaw. For years, newspapers had called him a folk hero, a rebel against the banks and railroads that crushed ordinary people. But now, the man was gone, and the myth had just begun. The Ford brothers turned themselves in immediately, expecting glory and riches. Instead, they're charged with murder, convicted, and then quickly pardoned. They receive only a fraction of the promised reward and live the rest of their lives haunted by what they did. Jesse James was only 34 years old when he died, but his legend would outlive him, the Robin Hood of the American frontier, the outlaw who fought the system and paid the ultimate price. In his final 24 hours, Jesse wasn't robbing banks or escaping posses. He was just a man, tired, hunted, and betrayed by the very people he trusted most. In the end, it wasn't the law that caught Jesse James. It was the one thing every outlaw fears most: betrayal from within. Thank you for watching this look into the last day of Jesse James, the outlaw who became an American legend. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you will be instantly notified of new videos. See you on the next one.